While I was watching this movie, I couldn't stop thinking to myself that I've seen this style of filmmaking before. Then it suddenly clicked. The supernatural episode called Baby. No, not Baby Driver, just Baby. But I'll get back to that. So Wheelman is about this getaway driver that ends up getting double-crossed during a bank heist and is trying to figure out who did it. Seems like a pretty typical car type of movie, right? But the way it's filmed is quite different, which brings me back to the supernatural episode. In that whole episode, everything was filmed around the car. It never went off to the hotel rooms where Sam and Dean would be researching the next ghost or demon to hunt. It was always situated around the car. So Wheelman also pretty much does the exact same thing. And I overall just found this to be an immersive experience. I really liked how it completely stays with the main character and never has this need to branch off to the bad guys or anything like that doing their bad things, but instead leaves you around this car with this main character played by Frank Grillo. And I honestly thought that he absolutely pulled off this role. Another positive about leaving the viewer inside of the car is you're stuck knowing as much information as the main character knows, which makes it into this quite thrilling experience. And another thing that makes it quite thrilling is it's set in one night, which also helps to add some more immersion. Something else that visually adds immersion as well is when you look on the outside windows when they're driving and stuff, it's all blurry. And also when there are outside shots of the car which all seem attached to the actual car, the car's in focus while everything else is blurry and out of focus. And on top of the immersion, by doing that, it also helps create a claustrophobic environment as well. Now, since this movie is pretty much a non-stop thrill ride, I think the 1 hour and 20 minute runtime worked perfectly. There were a few times during the movie when it does slow down, as the movie is based around the main character calling people on his phone to try and figure out what the hell is going on. And at times it does slow the movie down, and maybe for some viewers this may make it a little bit repetitive. As for any other negatives, the dialogue could have been a bit better. The next thing I'll say is it isn't really a flaw kind of thing, it's more of a expectation thing. So this movie does have some action scenes, but not that many, probably less than you might think. As I said before, the movie is more focused on the main character calling people. But when there were action scenes, they were good, and they do stay true to the car perspective's premise. Now let's wrap this up. So Wheelman is a good, entertaining thrill ride that is definitely worth watching, and it's on Netflix, by the way. Even though it does have a couple flaws here and there, and it isn't anything groundbreaking or anything like that, but it's still worth a watch. So I'm going to give Wheelman a 3.5 out of 5. So that is my review of Wheelman. If you've seen the movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting this button here or the subscribe button down below. And I'll catch you in the next one.